Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your midday news fix for Monday the 20th of July. Spain are Football World Cup champions for a second time after defeating Argentina 1-0 in the World Cup final in New Jersey. Tobias McIntosh is at a bar in central Wellington which has erupted in a sea of red and yellow.
Spanish fans wearing shirts, face paint and waving flags. It was a tense last 5 minutes with some unable to even watch the screen. Once that final whistle blew, hugs, tears and even one fan falling to his knees. It's been 16 years coming for the Spanish.
Spain 1, Argentina 0. The US Energy Secretary says oil is flowing through the Strait of Hormuz despite war resuming with Iran. 3 US soldiers died over the weekend, and Iran says US strikes have killed 50 in the recent attacks. The US is accused of hitting an under-construction nuclear site, and the International Atomic Energy Agency is investigating. ABC News says data shows 8 ships traversed the strait last Thursday, but Secretary Chris Wright says they're counting oil volumes.
The ship numbers are down more dramatically, but of course we're flowing larger tankers now to keep the world markets as well supplied as we can.
Winston Peters says a lot has changed since the previous government banned oil and gas exploration. In its latest campaign promise, New Zealand First has vowed to have our offshore oil and gas reserves surveyed through a $1 billion investment. Energy spokesperson Simeon Brown says the policy was a reminder that Peters and Jones supported the oil and gas ban when in government with Jacinda Ardern. But Peters says Ardern never consulted with them before announcing the ban.
I know what Simeon Brown has said. He's always making these petty statements as though yesterday has not changed. The world has changed dramatically since then, Simeon. And at the time, you can recall, Shane Jones had his hand over his face because he couldn't believe what the Prime Minister just said.
And the Prime Minister, Christopher Luxon, says Kiwi exporters have shown they can cope with higher US tariffs. Experts have suggested New Zealand's current 10% could rise to a blanket 12.5 as early as Friday, with a US court ban expiring. The Prime Minister says trade's grown despite tariffs. Luxon says it's unclear how or when the Trump administration will act.
I mean, we don't have any idea as to where it's going to go either. We'll see where we get to here.
A psychologist says rising antidepressant use is because resources just don't meet demand. The Herald's seen data showing more than 63,000 New Zealanders aged 10 to 24 were prescribed the medication last year. It included more than 23,000 15 to 19-year-olds, almost double the figure from a decade ago. Clinical psychologist Dougal Sutherland says it shows that medication is becoming the treatment.
What it indicates is the level of demand and the level of need out there for support. I think it probably shows that there isn't enough psychological therapy available.
To sport, Spain have won the Football World Cup, beating Argentina 1-0 after extra time. Ferran Torres' 106th minute strike proved the difference. Ryan Fox has joined an exclusive foursome of New Zealand golfers to win a major, triumphing at the Open. And New Zealand have beaten the West Indies by 1 wicket in the 4th one-day cricket international of their 5-match rubber in Barbados. The visitors chased 189 with 5.5 overs remaining to secure the series 3-1 with a game to spare. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.